How's it going, everybody? I am the Texas Man. I hope you guys are all having a fabulous day. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit that bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on the channel. Also, please head over to Twitch and follow me at Douglas447, no caps, no spaces, for some really cool and unique streams that I will do there on occasion. With that, of course, I'm bringing you guys my final thoughts and final score overview for the final season of Star Wars The Clone Wars. I have done an episodic review of each episode of the final season of Clone Wars, so make sure you guys check those out. They're of course going to be in my Star Wars playlist, and if you guys don't want to go through that, you guys can just use the search engine, type in Clone Wars, and you guys can find the videos for every single episode if you guys want to check those out. So this is just going to be a brief overview of things that I thought were either the best parts of this season and the worst parts of this season. And then I will give you guys my final score for the whole season as a whole. So, with that, guys, let's talk. Wow, I can't believe it came to an end. Before I continue talking about positives and negatives, I want to let you guys know that even though Clone Wars has come to an end, when Mandalorian Season 2 comes out later this fall, I will be doing episode reviews for you guys on those as well. And I highly encourage you guys, even if you guys are just subscribed for Clone Wars, I highly encourage you guys to still check out my other content and other videos that I'm doing for many other things. So with that, let's get into this. So first of all, for positives, we're going to start with positives. We get to see the Assassin Droids return, which I thought was really cool to see in this season. We get to see Anaxes, the Anaxes shipping base, which was in Rebels, which was really a cool tie-in from Clone Wars into Rebels and vice versa. At long last, we actually get to visit the planet Skako Minor, which is something I've always wanted to see in the TV show. They constantly were mentioning it. I'm like, can we finally just get to see it? Which would be really nice. There's a bunch of new droids in this season, especially in the Bad Batch arc, which was really cool and unique. Echo ends up returning and allows the Republic to win the battle for Anaxes, and allows the ability for Anakin Skywalker to kill General Spider Guy. We do get some Mace Windu action, which I was really excited to see that. There is a level 1313 Easter egg in this season. I also enjoyed the fact that Ahsoka was able to fight off some thugs without lightsabers. It just this season got to prove the fact that Force wielders like Ahsoka and Maul, they don't need lightsabers to be able to defend themselves and kick butt, which is really cool to see. We also get the return of the Pike Syndicate, and they deal with them for 4 episodes. And we also get to visit briefly the planet Kessel from the Solo movie, which is really cool to see. Something that I really enjoyed is that the arc with Ahsoka and Trace and Rafa. One thing that I really enjoyed about that was that it explains why people were so easy to believe in the fact that the Jedi had gone rogue and wanted to try to rule the entire galaxy, wanted to kill the Chancellor for the wrong reasons, and take over the Republic and whatnot. It's because the Jedi didn't care anymore about citizens, and they were too more involved with the war effort, and they had completely forgotten about the bottom guy that's actually, building your ship. The Crimson Dawn, we get to get some references to that, so that was pretty interesting. This season, with of course it being the final season of Clone Wars, has a lot of tie-ins with Revenge of the Sith. Ahsoka ends up learning all about Sidious, the inhibitor chips, Order 66, Anakin Skywalker and his downfall to becoming Darth Vader, and a lot more. It was also really cool to see finally the Ahsoka versus Darth Maul lightsaber duel that is mentioned in Rebels of Season 2. So we finally got to see that happen on Mandalore. Order 66, of course, takes place, and we get to see it from Ahsoka, Maul, and Rex's point of view. And of course, we get to see the aftermath, the fallout, and the struggle to survive Order 66 from Maul, Rex, and Ahsoka's point of view. And I think it does an okay job as a season connecting the dots between Revenge of the Sith and kind of with Rebels. Um, there are some negatives, really bad negatives I gotta talk about with the season, guys. And I really hate having to talk about negatives about a show that I really, really like, but these things just really stuck out to me. First of all, I didn't like the fact that the Bad Batch have Clone Commando blaster ripoffs. Like, the Clone Commandos are supposed to only have those blasters. And I know probably in the comment section, again, I'm going to get torn a new one that it's like, oh, it's okay because the Bad Batch, they're basically Clone Commandos. I'm like, they were Clone Commandos, they would be wearing Clone Commando armor and gear and a lot of other things. But they're not. They're just like a Navy SEAL team. They're Spec Ops. They're not Clone Commandos. They're completely two different things. Okay, guys? Um, Also, even though the fact that Echo returned and helped win the Battle of Anaxis, I really didn't care about him returning and the fact that he was alive. I'm like, I didn't have any emotional connection to Echo throughout the Clone Wars show at all. And when he ended up dying at the Citadel, I was like, okay, I Echo never made an impression on me. Sorry if it did for you guys and you cared, but I don't. Just Echo is not one of those clones I actually cared about. Cared about more about Heavy, Fives, and Rex. Okay. There's also a bunch of force ability usage issues in this episode, especially in the Bad Batch arc. I'm not gonna go. I try to keep this video short as possible. So there's just some force ability problems that I have in this episode. Also, it was really weird to see Lothal cats on Coruscant. Like, Lothal cats are supposed to be on Lothal. Why are they on another planet? That was really stupid. Also, I didn't like the cliffhanger endings for some of the episodes. They just, like, it's like they ended the episode all of a sudden. It just comes to an abrupt end. And I'm like, that was really weird how they ended some of the episodes. Also, I think that the last 4 episodes, the Siege of Mandalore story arc, it basically should have been one big movie. The fact that for every single episode, for the future, when you see it, you're gonna be like, why is it part 1? Why is it part 2? Why is it part 3? Why is it part? Why did they not make it where the last 4 episodes were just one big movie finale? Like, if they took after they finished the story arc with Rafa and Trace and Ahsoka, why didn't they just wait a month, wait 4 weeks, release the Siege of Mandalore on May 4th of this year of 2020, and make it just one big finale movie of the show? I mean, the show starts off with a movie, and it even got released in theaters. Now, because of COVID-19, that wouldn't work, but release the last 4 episodes as one cohesive movie, and people would have enjoyed it a lot more. This constant parts and stuff really did not help. Also, because this is controlled by Disney, the final episode, there is very limited violence. In particular, that Darth Maul scene when he's killing clones in the hallway. There's obviously scenes where they could have shown some blood and some violence, and that's why the Rogue One Darth Vader scene to me is a lot more gruesome and graphic and more violent because it doesn't hide the fact that Darth Vader can kick butt. This episode also explains what Order. I'm sorry, not this episode. This season, in one of the episodes, has to explain what Order 66 is. Like, you shouldn't be watching the Clone Wars if you don't know what Order 66 is. It just befuddles me that they had to waste time explaining that. And then lastly, honestly, the final episode really disappointed me because it doesn't tie in with Rebels as much as I wanted it to, and it leaves a lot of questions completely unanswered. So, I mean, overall, guys, I had a blast watching the final season. There were some dud moments, there were some dud episodes, there were some truly spectacular, dialogue, action scenes, some methodical things, especially with Trace and Rafa. Ahsoka got to learn a lot about what people that aren't in the Jedi and Sith circles think about the Jedi and Sith. So getting some outside perspective was really cool. So overall, guys, I had a blast. And with that, guys, I'm giving the final season of the Clone Wars a 9 out of 10. I appreciate you guys watching and being a part of this journey with me. Thank you guys so much. I do have reviews of Star Wars, The Clone Wars seasons 1 through 6. So make sure you check out that video. Just use the search engine or go into the Star Wars playlist. And I also have a review of Star Wars Rebels, all 4 seasons in one review. Of course, it's in a playlist for Star Wars, or you can just use the search engine to find it. And of course, check out The Mandalorian. All 8 episodes have their own review, so I highly encourage you guys to check out that as well. With that, guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.